There are moments in football when people want instant answers, instant success, instant perfection. But at Kaizer Chiefs, nothing about greatness has ever been instant. And right now, the noise is loud again. The pressure is heavy again. But something important is happening underneath it all. Progress. Because whether people want to admit it or not, change is visible at Naturena. You can feel it in the way the team is starting to compete differently. You can see it in the structure, in the fight, in the discipline, slowly building game by game. And when you look closely, you see two names working quietly but powerfully in the background. Cedric Kaze and Khalil Ben Youssef, standing tall, carrying responsibility when many expected chaos. Not shouting, not promising miracles, just working. And that's where the story becomes interesting. Because in football, when things start improving, there will always be another voice trying to tear it down. Critics are never far. One draw becomes a crisis. One defeat becomes a disaster. But inside the Kaizer Chiefs environment, something different is forming: resilience. And Mohammed Ouseb has stepped into that conversation with clarity. A former player who understands what this badge demands, what this pressure feels like, and what unfair criticism looks like when people forget how long rebuilding actually takes. His message is simple: give credit where it is due. And that hits deeper than people realize. Because this Chiefs side is not standing still. There is a visible shift in organization. There is more structure in transitions. There is more intent in pressing moments. There is more fight when games get difficult. It is not perfect. No one is saying that. But it is progress. And progress is something Amakhosi fans have been demanding for a long time. So the real question is not whether everything is perfect yet. The real question is whether the direction is right. And right now, the signs are pointing upward. Behind the scenes, Cedric Kaze and Khalil Ben Youssef have had to step into a storm. Constant pressure, constant opinions, constant comparisons to the past. But instead of breaking, they have kept pushing the group forward, trying to bring identity back into a team that has been searching for consistency. That is not easy work. That is pressure football at the highest level in South Africa. And while outsiders debate, inside the camp, the focus remains simple: build something stable, build something that lasts, not quick fixes, not emotional reactions after every result, real structure. But let's be honest, Kaizer Chiefs is not a normal club. This badge carries history, it carries expectation, it carries millions of eyes every single weekend. So when results don't come fast enough, the pressure becomes emotional. Fans don't just want improvement, they want dominance. They want identity. They want pride restored. And that is exactly why voices like Ouseb matter in this moment. Because he is reminding everyone that football is not magic. It is a process. It is training ground repetition. It is tactical discipline. It is patience under fire. And patience is the hardest thing to sell to a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, because this is a club built on winning. But even in that reality, something important is happening. The points tally is improving. The performances are becoming more competitive. The gaps between good and bad moments are shrinking. And slowly, that consistency everyone has been begging for is starting to form. Now the challenge is simple: keep it going. Because in football, momentum is fragile. One good run can lift a team. One bad week can bring the pressure crashing back. That is why stability matters more than emotions. That is why constant coaching changes destroy rhythm instead of building it. And that is why Ouseb's message hits a nerve. Stop the blame game and start recognizing progress where it exists. But let's bring it back to the fans for a moment, because this is where the real heartbeat is. If you are a Kaizer Chiefs supporter watching this, you know exactly how emotional this journey has been. The highs, the frustration, the hope, the disappointment, all mixed together. But you also know this club is too big to stay down forever. There is always a rise. There is always a response. There is always a chapter where things turn. And the question right now is, are we starting to see that chapter being written again? Cedric Kaze and Khalil Ben Youssef are not asking for blind trust. They are asking for time to build something solid. And in football terms, that means sticking to a plan even when noise tries to break it. So now it comes down to belief. Do the fans see progress? Do you believe the direction is right? Or do you feel changes are still needed? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this conversation belongs to the supporters. Let's hear from the Amakhosi family. Don't forget to like this video if you stand with the team through the rebuilding phase, subscribe to Amakhosi Zone for more real updates, and share this with every Kaizer Chiefs supporter who still believes in the badge. Because one thing will never change. Pressure comes and goes, but Kaizer Chiefs remains forever. And as the journey continues, one message stays alive. Trust the process, respect the work, and believe that the rise is coming. Amakhosi for life.